So be informed that this is a recorded webinar. So good evening. We are very happy to see many of you and to connect with so many people from different area and field of research, of innovation, of entrepreneurship. My name is Alanda Kamana. I'm an architect, urban researcher, and entrepreneur in architecture, urban research, urban development, and I have interest in many things related to Africa sustainable development. So I'm here as a facilitator of this webinar, and I'm also representing. I'm also representing ICORA, which is an international community for young researchers and innovators in Africa. ICORA stands for, of course, collaboration, interdisciplinary collaboration, but also for mentorship, so that seasoned researchers or innovators and entrepreneurs can mentor young ones in different fields. In that framework, we organize a series of events, including webinars, conferences, but also practical sections so that people can learn from each other. And for this, we partnered with, of course, with SOL, which is an organization at the Mohammed VI Polytechnic University that encourages students and the staff to create this kind of environment. We are also happy to collaborate for this webinar with the Women in Science in STEM Gambia chapter for organizing this webinar. I welcome, maybe for a short introduction, Madam Kodu Aliujeng, if she is online. She can just unmute her mic and then introduce herself shortly before we can dive into the opening sessions of the event. So, Madam Kodu, Ms. Kodu Jeng, are you online? Please to introduce us the organization, Women in Science. Okay, maybe Ms. Kodu will join us later. So I wanted to just to give you an outline of this webinar. This webinar will be around 1 hour, 1 hour maximum. We'll start by hearing Mr. Anas Bedrawi. He will give us an overview of this webinar, which is maximizing international opportunities, how to attend conferences, research mobility, fellowships, and so many. He will share also his experience in those areas. Then later on, we'll have a working session led by Ms. Christiana. She will explain how she applied in different opportunities and how to recognize those opportunities, and she will give us one example that she will be following. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Anas Bedrawi, who is a PhD student at the Faculty of Medical Sciences at Mohammed VI Polytechnic University, and also an early career advisor at eLife, Cambridge, UK. He has partnered and he has collaborated with so many organizations. I will give him the opportunity and the floor to present. So, Mr. Anas, the floor is yours. And then just for the attendees, if you have questions, please, you can write in the comments. And then after his presentation, I will give you around 10 to 5 minutes so that you can ask questions and interact with him before I can go to the session that Ms. Christiana will lead. So, and please welcome everyone. Please, while we are following the presentation from Mr. Anas, please kindly just mute your mic so that we will not be disturbed. So, Mr. Anas Bedrawi, the floor is yours. You have around 15 to 20 minutes for the presentation, and then 5 to 10 minutes for the interaction with the audience. So welcome and thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Alanda, for introducing me, and thank you everyone for coming to ICORA event. And my name is Anas. I'm a PhD student at UM6P, also an early career advisor at eLife, and a member of a scientific society. So today's presentation, I'm not going to be talking about how you can find an international conference because it's very simple. You can find that in Google. But I'm going to be digging deeper into the scientific societies, why you should join them, what are the benefits, and so on. So Alanda, can I please share my screen? Am I allowed? Okay, perfect.
Yes, sure. You are right now. You can share.
Perfect. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, you can see them. At least as much as I'm concerned, I think others also can see them. Go on,
Okay,
please.
perfect. So the title is Why You Should Join a Scientific Society. And the answer is to maximize the opportunities. So first of all, let's start with the scientific society to know, to define it and to know like why every researcher, student, whatever your field, whatever what you do, you are in the industry, you are in the academia, scientific society is for you. So a scientific society, simply defined, is actually an international organization that gathers professional researchers, students, and as I said, in academia and industry to promote knowledge sharing, collaboration, education, and to advance science. And they are made for whom? For me and you, for everyone. And they can help you to network globally and also to develop your skills, because you get out of your comfort zone, you go to conferences, you meet different people with different cultures, perspectives, and that's exactly how you develop your skills and communication as well. Funding opportunities. Scientific societies, they have a lot of money, and that money are made for you, me. Why? Because first of all, we are students. They know that we don't have funding. The second thing is that we come from Africa. We are in a low middle income, we belong to low middle income countries or global south countries. So those scientific societies are here to help us. They also have an affordable membership fees for students from low middle income countries. Also access to different resources that you have no idea about. And also 2 years ago, I didn't know anything about that. But I'm gonna take you through my experience to get like an overview of how scientific societies clearly help me. Also the career advancement. Once you go to a conference within that scientific societies, this is the perfect place where you get your career advanced. You meet like-minded people, you advocate for your country, for your university, for your lab, and those people, when they see your presentation, they come to you. They ask you what you want to do in the future. Well, I'm going to explain that. But I would love if you can take a look at this article published in Science, The Future of Scientific Societies. It was authored by 20 authors worldwide, and each one of the author talk about how scientific society help him, and right now they are in higher positions. And the leader of this author is a friend of mine. He had an opportunity as a postdoc at Harvard, and now he's a visiting professor at the New York University. So I would love if you can take a look at this article. It's open source. Okay, so as I mentioned, opportunities for Africans and people who live in low middle income countries like Morocco. So I've had the chance, since I was a member of the International Society on Toxinology for 2 years, and it was only paying $15 per year, which is nothing. Why? Because first of all, I'm a student. The second thing is that I'm African. So they know that, and they are here to help. So I applied. How do you apply? Simple. It's simple as anything, any conference you can apply for. You submit your abstract, the things that you are doing. That's what I did. I was working on AI for toxinology and genomics at my lab. So I packaged the things that I was doing in a short abstract of 200 words. So they give you like the requirement. I send it to them. They review it. They loved what I'm doing. So they invited me and they gave me like an award, a travel award to the top university in Asia, the National University of Singapore. And also the registration tickets were about $750, which I cannot afford. But scientific societies, they covered everything. And I was not just only called for a poster since I'm a PhD student, but also they gave me an early career talk where many high senior researchers that I was admiring were there sitting and watching my presentation. So that's an honor, no doubt. Also, the thing with scientific societies, when you go to those congresses, those international conferences, you meet the like-minded people, people like me and you, people who work on that specific subject, specific area of research. And that's how you can find postdoc opportunities, being promoted to a professor after your postdoc and PhD, go into the industry, taking leadership opportunities, because those people are there. That's their perfect place to meet. And this is like an overview of, I gathered like the most known scientific societies across different fields, and you can take screenshots if you want. And there are many. And also the membership are not very high, because I still remember when I came from Singapore, and I was very, very excited about how scientific societies helped me. And I've met with many peers, my PhD, I mean, my colleagues, PhD students at UM6P, and the majority didn't know the benefits of scientific societies. Some of them, I still remember, they told me that scientific societies are meant only for senior researchers, which is not the case. I heard also that scientific society, to join it, you need to pay a lot, which is not the case. Also, there are many young researchers who feel imposter syndrome and think that by applying for a scientific society, they're gonna feel judged. Why? Because they don't speak perfect English, or it's only made for high-income countries and so on. No, it's not the case. It's a place where you feel welcomed. It's an opportunity that is made for you. They put quotations for Africans, for people from low middle income countries, because they know that we do research, we work hard, but we don't have enough resources. So they are here for us, for me and you. And you should know that. Right back when I came from Singapore, I was very excited to join more scientific societies or organization. So I applied for eLife for a very competitive position, which is an early career advisory board. So first of all, eLife is a non-profit journal or organization that publishes research in life sciences and medicine that support transparency, innovation, and also promote the voices of me and you, the voices of early career researchers worldwide. And the process was very easy. Also, you just like fill the form. There is opportunities every 2 months, every 3 months. You just need to Google them. And I would like to thank Icora for these opportunities, because Icora is a great platform where they have like a community where everyone can share knowledge. And that's how we promote opportunities between us, between Africans. And yeah, the process is very easy. I applied, they get my application reviewed, and I was among the people or the early career researchers worldwide to get accepted to advise the editorial board, because the editorial board of that organization need people like us, the young researchers, to speak, and they want to listen to us so that they can lead in their position based on our suggestions, if I can say. And yeah, and eLife, I generally feel like inclusion, because we as early career researchers are heard, and our ideas matter, and our voices reach a global audience. And here is like a quick example on how personally my voice was heard worldwide. So last year I applied for a conference in Oxford. I got accepted. They gave me like the invitation letter and everything. So I was very, very excited. I went to the embassy and I applied and everything. I was waiting for 3 weeks, and then I got rejected. Why? No one knows. So and didn't even give me the opportunity for an interview. So I spoke up about that, and many people worldwide send me emails, messages, didn't know anything about that, about the challenges we face every single day. The visa restriction. Once you apply for a visa, you feel very anxious. You don't focus on science, which is your job actually, but you focus on, you're thinking maybe my visa will not be accepted. You put a lot of pressure that it's not that it's out of your hands, if you know what I mean. Also, the language barrier. I've met many researchers who are very, very, I mean, who do great in what they are doing, but they can't. They don't want to reach out to those scientific societies, going to conferences and stuff, because they feel like they're going to be judged by not speaking good English, which is not the case. So we are here to talk about that, to tell them that it's not the case. They are here for you and me and us. So if you want to know like more about this article, feel free to just write being a PhD student in Morocco today in Google, and then we're gonna read a lot about the challenges we face and the opportunities that we didn't have in the past, but now we have, and how personally I see Morocco as my country developing in a way that I didn't expect it in the last year, for example. And yeah, last but not least, I would like to thank you everyone. Thank ICORA, UM6P, and scientific societies that helped me. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Anas, for sharing so much with us, and thank you for also giving us the tips how to join scientific societies. And I think if we have some questions, let me check the conversations, or if someone just want to speak up, interact directly with Mr. Anas, you can just raise your hand, and then you open your mic. We give you the floor. You open your mic, you discuss. If not, we'll have the sessions afterwards. Anyone a question? Yes, Miss Asia, you can open your mic and speak. Asia, if you are speaking, just open your mic. Yes, go on.
Hello, everyone. I am a Moroccan doctor who graduated from Cheikh Anta Diop University in Senegal, and I am currently starting my specialization in clinical biology. And I am also interested in research. So first thing, I would like to thank you for these great opportunities, because as Mr. Anas said, here in Africa, we don't have a lot of information about research opportunities. So I think that this conference is very insightful for us. So my question for Mr. Anas is, can you please explain more about your role as a early career advisor at eLife? Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Asia. Thank you so much for your question. And before I move to the question, if you want to join like the ICORA, you can contact Alanda, because ICORA is now growing, and you can find a lot of opportunities there. So to answer your question, we do a lot as an early career advisor group members. So first of all, we review articles, and this is the first thing. The second thing is we advise the editorial boards in the decisions they do. So they contact us so that we can share our knowledge. And for example, I don't know if you know that eLife as a prestigious journal, how it works, the new model, a model that is very innovative, so that, for example, when you submit your article and it passes the editor, it went to the reviewer, your article will definitely be published as a preprint. And that's a great way that no journal do. And this is to promote science, to promote the open access. And once the indexations with the Clarivate, the impact factor, didn't understand exactly how the model work and stuff, they were stopping. They were thinking to stop the what it's called, the indexation for the eLife journal. So the editorial board came to us as an early career advisor, and we discussed how we can find like solution. This is like one of the things that we do. What else? Also training. As an early career advisor, I have the chance to meet with my peers and to learn from them, exchange informations. There is also the eLife ambassador, which is an opportunity for anyone who wants to promote the open science, join. And as early career advisors, we gather those ambassadors and we help them promote open science in their country, in their universities and stuff. So we do many things as yeah, we do many things.
Yes, thanks, Anas. I hope that Asia got the answer she wanted. And feel free also to connect with ICORA, as Anas has mentioned, and with other organizations as well, Women in STEM Gambia. And of course, we are very welcome to any partnership. So, Mr. Anas, there is another question in the chat from Miss Dunia. She is asking, how can we find these scientific societies and how can we apply to, or join them? I don't know if you can answer her.
As Dunya, I'm gonna take you back to my experience when I started my PhD. And I started my PhD in a new field, toxinology, so I didn't know anything about that. But I want to know more about it, and I want to belong to a community of researchers. So what I did actually, I write organization toxinology, international something toxinology and stuff until I got that societies. I did many research about it, and I found that that societies had a very, very long history of researchers. I looked for the members. I found many prestigious or recognizable researchers worldwide. So I was like, this is the perfect society that I'm gonna join. And I looked for the memberships, and I was shocked that the memberships for a student in a low middle income country is only $15. So that's how I joined. And once you join and you get accepted, then you get your email. They get you involved into the loop, and whatever they do, you're involved. So you know everything about the conferences, the awards, the scholarships, summer schools, whatever they do, you're involved. So yeah, that's how I joined, and that's exactly what you can do. I hope I answered your question, Dunya. My pleasure.
Okay, so thank you. Thank you so much, Anas, for sharing those opportunities and this insight about joining the scientific societies. And I think if we have other questions, maybe they will come in the comments or after the presentation and the sharing from Christiana. Thank you so much, Anas.
Thank you,
Now,
Alan. Thank you.
Welcome, very welcome. It's my pleasure. Now, dear attendees, allow me to present to you Miss Christiana. Christiana,
Sorry,
she's
Alanda. Sorry,
yes.
Alanda. Madam Koto is here.
Okay, all right. So, before we go to Christiana's presentation, let us just give a chance and opportunity to connect with Madam Kotu, who she is the representative of Women in STEM, Gambia, the Gambia chapter. So welcome, and just connect with us and tell us a little bit more about your organization and what you are doing. Madam Kotu, if you are speaking, you are muted. Can you unmute yourself and speak, please?
Sorry, probably maybe she's not yet settled because she just came back from work.
Okay, just after your presentation, we'll call her on her again. Yes.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, Madam Kodu, can you just present your organization, tell us more about what you are doing so that we can connect and the audience can connect with you? We can hear you.
Yes.
Madam Kodu, I think you have a network problem. Can you try to get?
Name is called. Let me try and connect again.
There is a network problem. We'll try to get back to you later. So for now, we are going just to get the presentation from Christiana Oyewale. She's rounding up. She's rounding up her master's at UMCSP, School of Collective Intelligence, and by next year she will be a PhD candidate at the School of Interactive Arts and Technology, Simon Fraser University, Canada, specializing in interactive systems design and human-computer interaction. with a strong academic foundation in computer science and collective intelligence. Her research focuses on leveraging technology to address real world challenges in health, education, and sustainability. Christiana is passionate about fostering inclusivity and equity in technology, particularly for underrepresented communities. She has also organized and participated in numerous international workshops and conferences, including the 9th and 11th Heidelberg Laureate Forum in Germany, Codata, Italy, and China, and others in Africa, Europe, and Asia. Her work has been recognized with awards and grants for advancing impactful projects that bridge gaps in accessibility and promote collaborative problem solving. As a mentor, advocate, and researcher, Christiana is committed to empowering communities, fostering innovation, and driving meaningful change through interdisciplinary collaboration and leadership. So, Christiana, you are welcome to present to us this coming conference and other opportunities how people can interact. So, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Alanda, and thank everybody for joining today's section. Sorry, I think my Teams has been misbehaving for some time now, so it kept on throwing me out. In case I'm out, I will definitely come back inside again. So let me start by thanking the organizers of this online webinar, the Student Organization Leadership and Engagement Department at UMCSP, the International Community for Young Researchers and Innovators in Africa, that's HICORA at UMCSP, and the Women in STEM Gambia chapter. Also the other people that volunteered, like Samuel, Mustafa, and co that supported this webinar. So permit me to also welcome like two of my friends that we attended this last HLF together. I'll call on them later. So that's Peace and Paskin. So today's information section is basically on HLF, which is Heidelberg Laureate Forum. Please, my WhatsApp will be very close to me in case if probably maybe you're not hearing me because network can be somehow. Alanda or the others can just message me on WhatsApp. Yeah, so what is HLF? That's the full meaning is Heidelberg Laureate Forum. It usually takes place every year in September in Heidelberg, Germany. They usually select 20 young researchers in mathematics, computer science, or other related field. 200 young researchers. The purpose is to meet the awardees in mathematics, computer science, that's like the Abel Prize Award, the ACM, Turing, and the like. Is usually like a week event and is a blend of scientific and social program. Most of the time, if you don't have like university or any other fund, Alanda, please, can you help in accepting those that joining the meeting? Is quite distracting for me. Can you hear me, Alanda?
Yes, I'm doing that. I'm doing that.
Okay,
Just continue,
thank you.
please.
It's pumping up here. Yeah, so if you don't have access to like university grants or any other grant, is usually a fully funded program. I have attended it 2 times. I attended 2 years ago and attended this year. So 2 years ago, before attending, I'd only been to Ghana and Benin Republic. So that was my first European or abroad travel. And it is actually very interesting and is an event that I have not seen like the two of it. Yeah, so the program for HLF, this one I basically extracted it from this last program. You have things like, I already mentioned is a week-long event. You have things like lectures, lightning talks, park section, exhibition, speedy networking. Speedy networking is like having people meeting themselves. They form like circle, one inner circle and one outer circle, so that within few minutes you get to meet many people, exchange. They usually give us like a complimentary card that will have our details. You quickly exchange, what do you do, where are you from, your research interest, exchange your card, move to the next person. That's a speedy networking. Then poster flash, it is not compulsory that all the 200 young researchers selected worldwide are going to give presentation. Some PhD students or postdoc students are usually selected, might be 20, might be 30, that they will just quickly, within few minutes, talk about what they are doing. Then they now present their poster where people will visit. Then Heidelberg city tour is, they will take you around Heidelberg to tell you some things, mainly about maybe the previous wars, how they conquered, the buildings that have been in that ancient city for many years ago. Then there's usually like a dinner gathering, which can be maybe the opening ceremony, different form of dinner gathering, the closing ceremony and the likes. Master classes slash section can be from any of the laureates or from the young researchers, like Pasquini that is on this call is from mathematics background. He was part of the alumni that gave like workshop in this last HLF. So there are usually hot topics. Like one of the hot topic for this year was on climate change. I think another one was how if AI is going to take over human job and the like. So the wine and dine at museum is also part of the program. Scientific hub, showcasing and school visits, boat trip. Boat trip is actually one of the interesting parts of the program that people usually like, especially me, where you'll be in the boats for some hours. The boat will take you to a specific place and bring you back. They now stay there for party. Then there's usually like a small group interaction. You might have identify the laureate that you want to speak with, or group of people that you want to speak with, and share your thoughts, learn from them. Then this Bavarian evening is usually an opportunity to learn about European culture. It is also like a good event. Panel discussion on different topic, scientific interaction, then the Heidelberg Castle tour. So for this current application that is out, that is going to end in February next year, you can either do like a direct application, or you are nominated by any of the partner organization, like ABEL board, the ACM, the IMU, or DAAD. Like, I'm a member of ACM organization. ACM is the largest computing organization, and they are based in the United States. So, and I became the member of ACM because I attended 2 years ago where they gave us free membership. Since then, I've been like an active member, most especially ACM Sikai, which is one of their babies. Yes, so every year we have a code that we use in registering as a nominator. So like last year, I was able to nominate a lot of people, and a member too nominated me. So which is the application I submitted for the last one I went for. And also alumni I I shorten his name as Pascal because it's quite easier for me. Attended this year as an alumni. Yeah, so those are the ways that you can attend HLF. Either you do it direct, that's you go to the website and apply directly, or you allow somebody to nominate you. They'll create a login for you, they send it to you, and you continue that application. Or when alumni call, that's you've already attended HLF before. So when they call for alumni application, you apply and probably you're selected. So there are 3 main categories that of application. 2 years ago, when I told you I attended, I was doing my first master's in computer science. So I registered under the first category, which is undergraduate / pre-masters. That one is mainly for those that are doing their bachelor's or their master's, but they don't have master's degree yet. So that is the first category. The second category is that you're done with your master's, you have a master's already, or you are a PhD student. You apply for the second category called graduate PhD. That is the second category I went this year because I already have a master's. So I now fell under that second category. If I want to go again, when I'm done with my PhD, I will now apply under postdoc. But while applying I must have finished my PhD within 5 years. There is also like an exemption for those that probably had children within their maybe when they graduated or within their PhD. On the website, if you go to the website on frequent questions or thereabouts, there's an information there, and they have their email address on where you can contact HLF and explain your situation. So going into the application, I took screenshots of my application, this last application, so that I can show you how I applied. So for the academic details, I put that's for the last one.
Christiana, I think you are having a network problem. Let's just wait. Let's wait here. Should he be coming back? I think it's a network problem. Let me try to contact her. just be patient, and while we are waiting, if you have questions, you can just ask your question in the comments so that when she will be back, she will continue. Just be patient, guys. It's wait here to get network again.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that.
Okay, no problem. Welcome back.
Next,
Can you share again your presentation?
yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's
Please,
okay.
can
It
you tell
happens.
me at what stage did the
Yes,
network come here?
you was explaining the different categories, pre-doc, and there was giving an example of a subject, what you submitted as a subject. Just show the slides. I will tell you which one. Next one.
This one?
Next again. That's yours on that one. We will see just for less than 30 seconds. Not wrong. No wrong time.
Okay, thank you so much. So for the current one, I put my current master's in collective intelligence, and it is, I see it as for this position, I see it as something quite good to put whatever position that you are holding. I think my previous one too, there's a place I mentioned like the position I was holding. So like the current position, the position I was holding as an ambassador in UMCSP, a delegate for International Student Club. I put it in the application. So again, they asked for previous affiliation. So that's my previous affiliation as University of Ibadan. So like I told you, I put the position I was holding. That's I was assistant class rep during my master's in UI. Then I was a graduate assistant to my supervisor. Yeah, so that I put that. Honors and award. I have seen people that are quite lazy. I'm sorry if I use harsh word. When it comes to like putting things that they've achieved. Some things that you have accomplished might not be carrying some title, but the way that you are able to present it matters. Like I have done quite some programs at UMCSP. So those programs like this one that we are doing now is a funded event. Irrespective of maybe that cash is not coming to your hand, is a funded event, is an accomplishment. So I took my time. Like I remembered, like my first application, I can say it was by luck. That's 2 years ago. It was even within exam, and I was just in haste to submit something. But they can overlook some things for like pre-masters, bachelor categories, but graduate and postdoc, we expect that you'd have done a lot of contributions and published paper and the like. So those ones, I took my time to put everything that I've been awarded, or things or a program that I've carried out that at least one person was responsible in in paying for. So I believe that the honor and award part of the application, you should please dedicate time. If you have forgotten some things that you have already achieved, try and remember so that you can put it on your application. So also coming to scholarship and grants, like the word grants, events that we hold in UMCSP, students events is being like funded by different organizations, which can be like SOL, the Student Organization Leadership and Award, or ISO, International Student Office. They are not giving you the cash, but they are spending the money. That is like a grant. So all those ones, I just use the right word to and put them on the application. I did like AFCON sport prediction. ISO was responsible for it. So I put it under like scholarship and grant. So it was like a long list. That is why you're saying that the list could not even fit into the this thing. Some people will be like, oh, this is too much, but application
Christiana, we are losing you. Check your network again, please.
and put your achievements on your application. So talking about research interest, some people might be discouraged that, yeah, I'm not a researcher, I don't have paper yet, and the like. This research interest that they're asking you is not necessarily something that you have already published. Like during this application, I was in discussion with one of our professor. I wanted to do something related to like LLM. So I sat with one of our professor and wrote something. He went through it, he corrected it and said, okay, this is okay now submit it. You understand? Eventually, this is not mainly what I'm doing. I'm applying LLM in a different way. So that also regarding my first application, that one I wanted to apply like golden ratio to face recognition. Eventually, I could not achieve that. I switch into something else. So your research interest must not, it is not compulsory that it's something that you've been able to put your head on, or you've been able to maybe have a clear thought about it. Part of the reason why this conference is there is for you to meet people that might even help you to put your thoughts together. So this research interest too is not something that is going to take you a lot of time. Just try as much as possible to write something. Your motivation letter too is not something that is so bulky, because all these have like word limits. So it's not something that you can say like a hand. You're expected to put 1,800 characters. So it have to be concise and be meaningful. So, and things like this is always good that it's like a form of storytelling, so that whoever that is reviewing your application, just like how Anas mentioned, we are from Africa, where we don't really have access to some fund or some things that people in Europe have access to. So it's one of the story that we can always say. So your motivation letter is another thing that reviewers will look in reviewing your application. Then society engagement and your skills is also very important. Which community do you belong to? Anas has mentioned like a community that you can join. What are the contributions that you have made to society? Contribution mustn't really be something that is very huge. Back then in Nigeria, I used to teach girls on coding. teach children on coding. Those time I didn't know that there's something I can even put on my CV. My lecturer will be like, I want to organize this event. I want you to be an instructor. I don't bother about anything payments. I'm just interested in the community service. Later on, I realized that there are things I could put on my CV, I can put into applications. So, and they have been very helpful. So, another aspect is that they will expect you to upload your CV. Please spend time on your CV. Job CV is different from academic CV. So try as much as possible to make your CV like an academic CV. Then list of publications. I think for the first category, I can't remember, but I'm not sure if they ask for publication, because even for the first publication, I would already have, first application I made, I would already have like 2 publications. So I'm not sure if I included it in my application, but this one I included the list of my publication that I just typed them in a Word document, converted to PDF and uploaded. Then other certificates, every certificate that I had access to, all the training, all the awards, everything, I joined everything together with my transcripts and uploaded under this order. Then master's certificate too, with my bachelor's, I put them together and uploaded them. Yeah, so I'll use these pictures to highlight some things. There are so many laureates that attends this event. Like this last event, I met the CEO of ACM. This is the second time from this second picture, second frame. This is the second time I'll be meeting the ACM president. I did the same hair for the first one, so he could recognize me based on my appearance again. Yeah, so like this third one now, this third frame, you can see the caliber of people that, as in the caliber of laureates that attends this event. They are always open to you meeting them, seeking assistance. Then this fourth one is our brother from Cameroon. We disturbed his life very well. He's also on this call. There's a reason why I invited him to join this call. I invited him less than 2 hours ago, and he decided to join. Yeah, so then the fourth one, during my first application, I became an alumni. So they now allocated a mentor to me. So since then, that mentor, she walked me through how to be a researcher and everything I need to know as a woman, everything. So up till now, we are still very close. You can't even believe this thing. She bought like a cloth for me, which is, I was surprised meeting Moroccan made clothes in Germany, and it was so expensive. Yeah, so the coming down, the first one, friends from Ghana, then Peace from Nigeria, Shaima from Egypt. The next one would have been my supervisor for PhD. During my first time for this program, I met him. Then after the program, I messaged him that, yeah, I want.
Sorry again, she's having a network problem. Let's just wait a few minutes. Christiana, can you hear us? Hello, Christiana. Let's wait. We'll just wait a little bit. While we are waiting, Madam Kodu, can you hear us? Madam Kodu, if you can hear us, you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, sorry, the network is just very
Okay,
interesting
Christiana,
today.
Christiana, welcome back.
Yeah. So
Yes,
let
yes.
me share
You,
back. I think
you
I'm
was on the
almost done.
photo, you was talking about a supervisor, that was supposed to be your supervisor. You met in the conference, and
Okay.
then we lost you there.
Okay, thank you so much. So I messaged him after the night HLF, that's 2 years ago. So it gave me enough time to prepare, because that time my skill in machine learning was still like at the beginner level. So I took like 6-month course in a month to be able to prepare for the interview. So after the interview, I still failed. So that's part of the reason why I decided to repeat masters. After telling him my current achievements, because I've been able to achieve a lot between that 2 years, he was motivated and decided to come for like this last HLF so that we could meet and talk. Then the next one, like I mentioned, like Bavarian Nights, that's where you wear your different traditional dress and show your culture. Then this is also an event for you to meet people from your country. These are my Nigerian guys. This one is that's the last picture on this slide, is the president of Klaus Foundation. I can't pronounce it very well, which is one of the founder of HLF. So that this last one also presented an avenue for me to discuss with him. I was like, what can I do with your organization? Can I volunteer? I said, yeah, of course you can. Just send me an email after what. From there, if I want, it can be like different connection, maybe job or whatever. But my PhD is what is important to me now, maybe later in the future. Yeah. So the next one, when it comes to accommodation, HLF is one of the organizations that give you like a pure comfort, what we refer to as 5-star. They will put you in like a 5-star hotel. Then you see me and Peace in the next picture. When it comes to food, if there's a way you can pack the food back to your country, they have enough food for you to eat and take back to your country. There are some things that you can take back to your country, like the drink, the yogurt and the likes. Yeah. So then the next one is the logo of HLF. The next two pictures are on the boat trip. Then on the boat trip, like I mentioned, is like a party time. So it's a time for you to show your skill. If you like to dance, if you like to sing, so HLF is there for you to be free. They will tell you, feel relaxed. It's a mixture of academic events and social life. Then the next picture is one of the people that will be attending to you. This is Sarah. So they are always there to attend to you, even from the application. If you have like a concern, just email them. They will respond. They are currently on holiday, but they will respond. Like when I had issue, I felt like I will have issue applying, getting visa in Morocco, just like how Anas has already mentioned. So I emailed them that I want to go back to Nigeria to apply for visa. They funded my trip back to Nigeria, back to Morocco, then Morocco to Germany and back to Germany. So paid for everything, refunded some things I paid for, some local transport and the like. So then the last picture on the slide, as an alumni, we have access to like fund. I'd already shown you one of the presidents of the funding bodies for HLF. So as an alumni, that's before I went this last one, they had a call for alumni projects in which myself and two of professors in mathematics, the third person on this thing, and the person before me, they are from mathematics. So we had like program for over 2,000 girls in Nigeria. Then we were even able to collaborate with different people, including one an alumni, that's she went last year, Mrs. Awokoya. So when you become an alumni, is alum node that we be in charge of anything related to the alumni. Yeah, so I don't know if Pasquini can share his experience holding a workshop. That's the only aspect that I don't have experience on, holding a workshop during HLF, so that even if you are not applying as a young researcher, you can probably consider maybe submitting like a proposal for workshop or panel discussion or whatever. Yeah, so thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Christiana, and for sharing all this. I don't know if you are people that you're calling to share the experience that you will review, if they are online. If not, I would like to invite again Ms. Kodu, if she can hear from us, so that she can share about her organization, Women in STEM, Gambia chapter. If she is online, please share with us before we go to the questions and discussion with Ms. Christiana. Ms. Kodu, can you hear us? Okay, while you are waiting to listen from her, you will have some quick questions from the chat. So before there is someone saying here, I think is Idou Mitole Olada, I think he's a man. He has a master's in computer science, and he's also in industry. And he's in the industry not yet. And the research, please, he's asking if he's eligible. He's in computer science. He has a master's in computer science. Can you answer quickly, please?
Sorry, please,
Christian?
can you repeat again? I was trying to
like he said that he has a master's in computer science, but I'm in the industry, but he's in the industry not yet. So I research. Please, am I eligible? He's asking if he's eligible. He's doing a master. He has a master's in computer science, and he's not in the industry.
It's not in industry. You don't have to be in industry. Yeah, your master's in computer science is enough.
He's eligible. Okay. There is another question that is he's in undergraduate in engineering. Can I apply? That's a question from Amau.
What's your engineering about? Is it from computer science, from mathematics? Or...
I think it's general engineering, maybe industrial management or civil engineering or electrical engineering, any engineering. It did not specify.
Electrical engineering. I believe
And
if probably there are some people that belong to some department that are not really named this thing. If maybe your research is relating to computing, I believe you should be able to apply. But if you have any concern, you can always email them. Let me get their email and send.
okay. So there is another question about if you have achievements without a certificate, those account? Is it you can, he's asking if he can put those achievements. That's a question from Emmanuel.
Yeah, those there are some achievements I have without certificates. I put them. Those with those I had their certificates, I put them, and those I have their certificates, I put their certificates. So nobody asked me for certificates of
Okay.
those that I didn't have.
Okay, all right. There is another question that from Doshima, that his area of research is machine learning in health informatics. He's asking if he's eligible. I think he is. He's eligible, according to what you have said. And then
Yeah.
another question, how can I join STEM and what can I do to build my network? So that's what you have been talking about, like STEM, or you can join it at any university or any research institution, any education institution, and you build your network through what you are by attending this kind of opportunities all over the world. So there is another comments congratulating you, the African lady, well said, and thank you for this opportunity. Thanking you. Another question from Doshima, are there effective strategies to gain visibility as a student or early career researcher in AI and machine learning? That's one question from that you can take, Christiana. Are there effective strategies to gain visibility as a student or early career researcher in AI and machine learning? It's a question from Doshima.
Yeah, I believe collaborating, joining organization, like Anas has already mentioned it, go online, search based on your interests. Like I can't even count how many organizations I have already joined. ACM, AA, Triple AI 20, Triple AI, not even knowing, I just joined Triple AI is artificial intelligence conference, not even knowing that that is very highly rated. So then like collaborating with organization, you see ICORA, women in STEM, Gambia and the like, you can then within your community too, you can always organize maybe like a coding event for children, for girls, for put them on your LinkedIn, put them on your CV and the likes.
Yes, Doshima also is again asking, are there ways I can secure funding or sponsorship to this attend the international event, particularly as a PhD student? Yes, because that's what you have been presenting, that all the funding has been covered by those. Most of the conferences or things that for PhD student they are covered. If you apply for funding, there are many ways you can apply for funding through different. Many of the events are sponsored. So is there any constraint in applying? I don't think so. When applying, what happens if I don't have awards and honors? As you share everything. Whatever you have done, sometimes as Cristiano was explaining, sometimes we do things that we don't think like it's awards, but I think you gave ample examples of what is considered as awards or not. So I think we have also other questions from people who are online. If you have a question, you can raise your hand and we'll close. We can take 2 questions before we can close
Yeah,
without
Landa,
taking too
sorry,
much time.
Pascal is ready now. Pasquini.
Okay. So Mustafa, we'll come to you. Let's get Pascal and we'll share his her experience, I think.
Okay, evening everyone.
Yes, good evening.
Okay,
Pascal,
sorry that I can. Okay, sorry that I cannot.
Yes.
My camera is have a problem.
No problem. No problem. Just quickly share because we are running out of time. Just quickly share.
Okay.
How was your experience? Yes.
Okay, my full name is Foting So Paskini. I'm from Cameroon. I've attended HLF this year as alumni. And concerning the application, I think it's very simple. The application is quite similar to what Christiana just explained. But the most important thing when you apply there is to say something that you have to do during the event. For instance, you can give a workshop, or you can be a moderator during the dinner discussion. You can also facilitate exchange among young researchers. When you apply, you give your area of research, you will give a number of workshops that you can handle. And if what you propose is good to the organizer, they will select you and tell you what they want you to do during the HLF. In terms of application, it's very simple. There is no recommendation letter. You just fill your information and give your background and your research interests and say what you can do to improve the event. I think that's what I can give as compliment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Paskini. Now, Mustafa, can you ask your question, please, quickly? We take 2 questions and we close so that we can try to respect time, not to overtake the time. Yes, Mustafa, just open your mic and speak, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you ask your question, please?
Okay, thank you. The question is about the recommendation letter, but I had the last speaker just mention of there's no need for it. So
Recommendation letters.
Yeah, letter.
Okay, can you increase your voice a little bit?
Sorry.
Okay, can you hear me clearly now?
Yes, now it's better.
Okay. The question is about the recommendation letter, but I had the last speaker just made mention of it's not necessary. So ideally, I wanted to ask if recommendation letter is strictly should be from an academician, or maybe anyone can be a referee or something.
Okay, all right. So you got your answers. You got already your answer. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you, Mustafa.
Please, I want to make some clarification, please.
Okay, here.
All right.
Yes,
Mr. Paskini.
I said there is no recommendation letter when you apply as alumni only.
Okay.
Yes, the other one you have to submit recommendation letter.
From academia or from professional? Can you answer his question? Because he was asking if it's an academic or professional recommendation that you need. Mr. Paskini, can you answer that question, please, from Mustafa?
Yes, I think anyone, any one of them can work.
How many recommendations are required? Just one recommendation or 2 recommendations?
Let me contribute to this. If you are going, if your application is direct, you will submit 2 recommendation letter. So it can be from any person, just like what Paskini said. If you are going through an organization, the person recommending you from that organization will submit a recommendation letter when that person is recommending you. So when they create an account for you, they'll send you your login detail. You ensure that you use that login detail because that recommendation letter will be matched to that account. So you now upload one more recommendation letter from anybody. So that will make 2 recommendation letters. But if you are going as an alumni, you don't need recommendation letter.
All right, I think that's it, Ria.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes. Another question, please. Is there another question before we close the call? And also, Ms. Kodu, if you can get us, if you can speak. If not, maybe we just share. We'll try to share your network so that people can connect with you. And we thank you so much for having collaborated with us. And so I think this is the time to thank both our speakers, Mr. Anas and Ms. Christiana, for having taken the time to share their experiences in maximizing international opportunities, weather conferences, joining scientific societies, attending this kind of conferences and fellowships. So thank you so much. And this is one of the core principles or core missions at ICORA, the International Community for Young Researchers and Innovators in Africa. And we hope to connect with you and learn from you. I think in the discussion session, we have shared a lot of links and about if you feel free to join. And we will share, of course, the recording of this video through our platforms. Thank you so much, and have a good evening. Goodbye for now.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr.
Thank you,
Pasquini.
everybody.
Thank you.